Welcome to this beautifully dark and dreary morning here at EPCOT, the kind of weather that makes some people want to stay in bed, but no, not for us. For us, it's perfect. It's early entry, and the plan is to knock out as much of Future World as possible, and yes, I still call it Future World, so what? We're starting out with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then we'll just kind of go with the flow and see how much we can get done before the park opens to the general public. Along the way, I'll share tips to help you make the most of those 30 extra minutes. EPCOT's parking lot opens about an hour before early entry begins, and that's exactly when I rolled in. The goal was simple: get a good spot and hopefully be close to the front of the pack when we hit rope drop. It was one of those mornings with an on and off drizzle, enough to make the pavement shine under the lights, but not enough to slow anything down. The clouds were dark enough to make you wonder if this was rope drop or park close. I was hoping that the drizzle is all we'd get, because a storm this early could really throw off plans for the day. Honestly, I don't mind a little rain. It keeps things cooler, the vibe calmer, and just feels like the park is waking up with you. But I'll be keeping an eye on the radar though, in case we do get a storm and have to adjust on the fly. Security this morning was about as easy as it gets. No line, barely anyone there. Honestly, it might have been the fastest security entrance I've ever had. Still though, I had my bag unzipped and ready just in case. Same story at the tap styles. They were already scanning in resort guests for early entry, and I was there early enough to walk right up to a tap style and get in immediately. A quick scan, a green light, and I was inside EPCOT headed toward the first staging area. So far, aside from the ominous weather, this might be the smoothest early entry I've ever had. Now, once you're inside for early entry, cast members direct everyone over to the right and hold you under the awning in front of Spaceship Earth. This is the first staging area, and we were here for a little while before they walked us deeper into the park. Remember, this is still close to an hour before early entry actually started. And even though I was one of the first cars parked this morning and breezed through security, I still ended up 100 or 2 people deep in the crowd here. That's just how it goes sometimes. But this is a good time to talk about arrival. While yes, you can still save time in your day just by attending early entry, but if you really want to maximize it, aim to be at the gate at about an hour before early entry begins. This gives you the best shot at being near the front of the pack once they start moving people into the park. Now eventually, the cast members started walking us toward the second staging area, which is under the covered walkway next to Connections Cafe. On the way over, you might be thinking this isn't a very big crowd, and you'd be right. The reason for that is EPCOT's second entrance, back at the International Gateway in World Showcase. Guests staying at the Skyliner resorts and most people heading for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure or Frozen Ever After come in from that side of the park, so the crowd is a little lighter here because the guests in this group are only doing Future World attractions. And these staging points are a measure of crowd control. They keep the flow of guests organized and prevent everyone from just flooding straight to the rides all at once. Now, this was also filmed before Test Track reopened, so there was no real crowd split here in World Discovery. Just about everyone in this pack was headed straight for Guardians of the Galaxy. Once we're in position here, it's just a matter of waiting for the all clear to head toward the ride. Now, once we did get the all clear from cast members, we were led on a controlled walk straight into World Discovery. It's not a mad dash, but you definitely want to keep up with the group so you don't slip too far back in line. This walk is also a good moment to talk about strategy. Early entry is the perfect window to hit the headliners that are going to rack up the longest waits later in the day. Guardians, and now Test Track, Remy, and Frozen are the big ones. What you don't want to do is burn this time on low weight rides like Spaceship Earth, Nemo, Journey into Imagination. Those all can wait until later when the crowds are heavier. But back to this walk, by being toward the front of this pack, you're getting one of EPCOT's most popular rides done with minimal wait, while later in the day this queue can easily stretch past an hour, sometimes even up to 2. I tapped in, made my way through the queue, and before long, I was boarding my Star Jumper for an intergalactic adventure with the Guardians. Now that I'm an official Guardian of the Galaxy, it's time to be flexible and see what else I can conquer right away. Remember, the plan for me this morning was to get as much done in Future World as possible, so if I see something with little to no wait, I'm jumping on it. This is where having a plan is great, but being willing to adjust on the fly can make your morning even more productive. While walking out from Guardians, I checked Mission Space, and boom, no line. Not really part of the original plan, but when you're trying to get as much done in Future World as possible, and you see a ride with no wait, let's go. I headed to Orange first because nothing keeps the adrenaline pumping like crushing G-forces pummeling you into your seat. With no wait, it was straight into the pre-show and then into the capsule for a mission to Mars. After the orange side, I needed something a little smoother. And the green side had no line either, so why not take a quick trip around Earth? I know Mission Space isn't everyone's cup of tea, but with both versions sitting wide open, I couldn't pass up the chance to do them back to back. And just like that, our 30 minutes of early entry are gone, but in that time we knocked out Cosmic Rewind and both sides of Mission Space with basically no wait. That's a win in my book and a huge head start on the day. So if you want to crush your own early entry at Epcot, here's the game plan I used. Number 1, know your entrance. If you're aiming for Guardians, Test Track, Mission Space, use the main front entrance. If you want Remy or Frozen, start at International Gateway. Number 2, prioritize the big weights. Guardians, Test Track, Remy, Frozen, those are early entry gold. Save rides like Nemo, Journey, Spaceship Earth for later. Number 3, arrive early. Whether you're taking a bus, Skyliner, or driving in like I did, I know the parking lot opens an hour before early entry. Try to be at the gate right then if you want to be near the front. Number 4, stay flexible. My plan was just to start with Guardians, but when I saw Mission Space with no line, I jumped on it. Literally twice. Follow those tips and you'll be ahead of the crowds before most people have even scanned into the park. And that's going to wrap up this Epcot early entry walkthrough. Hopefully this gave you some ideas for how to make the most of those extra 30 minutes and start your day ahead of the crowds. If you enjoyed this or found it helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more Disney tips, walkthroughs, and planning guides. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you real soon.